Welcome to The Explainer. So, have you ever been scrolling and wondered how a news story just explodes, goes viral? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain. We've actually got a production guide for one of these high-retention videos, and we're going to break down step by step how it's engineered to grab you in 30 seconds flat.
And it all kicks off with something just like this, right? A huge, jarring question, bold, kinetic text jumping out at you. This is so much more than a headline. It's a hook, both visual and psychological, and it's literally designed to make you stop scrolling. It creates this instant feeling of, whoa, what's this? A real sense of urgency.
And here it is, this one line from the guide. This is the key that unlocks the whole thing. It tells us everything we need to know. The whole video isn't just for anyone. It's meticulously crafted for a Gen Z Shorts audience. You know, people who are used to getting their information in these super fast, intense, bite-sized pieces.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to look at the overall viral formula, dissect that all-important hook, see how they build a tiny narrative, manufacture global stakes, fire up the engagement engine, and then finally put all the pieces together.
So first things first, let's get into the core idea here. This isn't really about reporting the news in a traditional sense. It's about solving a huge problem of the modern internet, which is, how do you win the constant, relentless battle for someone's attention?
The goal is to create what this guide calls a high-retention explainer. And I mean, just think about that phrase. Every single element is engineered for one reason and one reason only, to keep you watching. It's way less about journalism and way more about the pure science of grabbing and holding on to your focus when there's an endless stream of other stuff to look at. Okay, let's zoom in on what is maybe the most important part of the whole thing, the first 4 seconds. The guide is super specific about this. It lays out this exact cocktail of audio and visual triggers that are all designed to win that first battle for your attention, before your thumb even has a chance to swipe.
And this is what they call the sensory overload toolkit. I love that phrase. It's basically a coordinated assault on your senses, right? You've got the text flying around, a big dramatic sound effect, a flashing breaking news banner, and a super quick zoom on a world map. All of this happening at once to just scream, this is big, this is important.
And the key thing to remember here is that none of this is random. Not a single bit. It's a totally calculated strategy. The goal is simple and honestly kind of ruthless. Just overwhelm your brain's natural impulse to keep scrolling. Before you even have a chance to really process what you're seeing, boom, you're already hooked. Okay, so they've got you. You didn't swipe. Now what? Well, now they have to actually tell you a story, and fast. This next part is all about how they build what you could call a micro-narrative at, like, lightning speed.
And this right here, this lays out the whole structure just perfectly. I mean, look at this pacing. The first 4 seconds, that's the hook. Then you get 11 seconds to establish the conflict. The next 10 seconds are all about raising the stakes. And the last 4, that's your call to action. It's a whole story arc, beginning, middle, and end, crammed into just half a minute. It's pretty amazing, really.
And here's how they create that conflict, just like that. On one side, you've got the official U.S. allegations. On the other, you've got a flat-out denial. It's a classic setup, right? One side says this, the other says that. It creates instant tension and gives you a really simple, powerful conflict to grab onto.
But here's the next challenge. A story about some leader in another country. Why should you care? How do you make it feel like it matters to everyone? Well, you guessed it. The guide has a very specific formula for that too. They call it manufacturing global stakes.
And they do it using these visual shortcuts that just scream global importance. You'll see pictures of the UN, maybe some generic protest footage, international headlines flying in from the side. The whole point is to create the impression of global shockwaves, to make a regional story feel like it's a massive worldwide event.
All right, now we get to the end. And the ending might just be the most calculated part of this whole 30-second package. It has 2 jobs to do. First, make you think. But even more important than that, it has to make you act. This is the engagement engine. This is what makes the video go viral.
And it's this perfect 1-2 punch. First, you get hit with a provocative, open-ended question, something to get the debate started. And right after that comes the direct call to action. What do you think? Comment below. You know the drill. Like, share, subscribe. All of that feeds the algorithm and just pushes the video out to more and more people.
And just look at how this question is framed. It's not asking for a deep, nuanced take, is it? It's a simple binary choice. It boils down a really complex issue into 2 dramatic, opposing sides. It's basically a direct invitation to pick a team and get in the comments to fight for it.
So we've taken the whole thing apart. What have we learned?
It turns out we can boil this entire strategy down to 4 key, repeatable steps.
And here it is. This is the formula. Step 1, seize attention instantly. Step 2, build conflict fast. Step 3, escalate the importance, make it global. And step 4, prompt a reaction. It's a powerful, repeatable machine, really. It takes complex events and packages them into these tiny little nuggets of content that are just built from the ground up to go viral. Look, there's no denying it. This format is incredibly good at what it does, grabbing and holding our attention. And that really leaves us with a pretty big question to think about, doesn't it? As our information gets faster, more formulaic, more engineered for clicks and comments, what does that really mean for how we understand the world?